How's it going, guys? EmperorLime here, and recently I've been thinking a lot about an old pooper named Kortez. Now, he goes by many names: Santa with teeth, Santa with guns, but we'll just call him with his original name, Kortez. And he was probably my biggest inspiration in YouTube poop. Really the first YouTube pooper whose content I watched extensively. And once in a while, I like to go visit his current channel just to sort of pay my respects and reminisce a little bit. Gosh, it's like a ghost town here. It's looked the same for the past 3 years. But it wasn't always like this. Back in his heyday, Kortez had millions of views and a die-hard fan base of 10,000 subscribers. And this wasn't a fluke. Kortez's YDPs were well liked by both veteran poopers and brand new viewers. And his poops sort of had an almost magical allure to them. He had a fascinating ability to make very funny jokes with seemingly trifle edits. Here's a good example of this style of humor.
Laugh and fuck! What's that?
I still don't know what it is about Kortez's style that makes his jokes so hilarious. It could be the combination of precise pacing and randomness, but that only seems to be part of it. Regardless of why they were funny, Kortez's poops developed an expansive audience. He also had a very balanced style, using stutters, effects, and sentence mixing all fairly equally. In my case, he provided me with my first exposure to such poopisms, and sentence mixing especially blew my mind. Of course, in modern times, YTP has come a long way, and Kortez's poops don't quite hold up as well as they used to, but back in 2009 and 2010, they were cutting edge. And I was fortunate enough to witness the tail end of these glory days back on his account called Santa with Teeth. He consistently made great poops until mid-2010 when, guess who terminated his account? Kortez made a few more poops after this on his current account Santa with Guns, but by the end of 2011 he was done. He hasn't uploaded anything since. Now, I originally had a hard time coping with Kortez's disappearance, because he was, for the longest time, my favorite YouTube pooper by far, and it was difficult seeing his channel lie in silent dormancy, stripped of its once teeming videos, rendered a lifeless husk of a once legendary pooper. But, like with all losses in life, I moved on, and there are bigger and better things going on in YouTube poop right now. In researching for this video, there's something interesting about Kortez that used to puzzle me, but now I've sort of reached a revelation about it. Though everybody knows him as a YouTube pooper, he used to stress in his channel description that his videos were not YouTube poops, and instead referred to them as edits. And I always found this kind of odd. When we watch Kortez's videos today, they're definitely poops by our current definition. So that must mean that today's concept of YouTube poop is different than Kortez's concept many years ago. What Kortez's concept of YTP was, we'll never know. Perhaps it was Spadinner, or maybe something entirely different. What we do know is that the game has since changed. Kortez's videos, which he did not consider YouTube poops, actually fit our modern idea of YouTube poops quite well. So what does this mean? It means that his influence on YouTube poops goes beyond his dormant channel. Kortez's poops didn't just entertain, they inspired people. Many of the later mainstream poopers, such as Barney's Perverted, CS188, and myself, took heavy inspiration from Kortez. His videos served as a template upon which many new poopers based their styles. Eventually, a lot of these Kortez-inspired poopers became the new faces of YTP. The game has changed, and Kortez helped to instigate that change. Now, of course, I'm not saying that was all him. 2010 was an extremely transitional year for YTP. We saw the rise of the fast-paced, effects-heavy style of Commander Guanum and I'm a Person, and we also saw the rise of slow-paced King of the Hill poops of Durham Rucker. All of these poopers influenced the modern-day YTP scene. However, Kortez had a clear influence for practically all new SpongeBob poopers in 2011. Though in modern times his channel seems dead, I like to think that he lives on through the styles and memories of poopers today. This has been EmperorLime, and thanks for joining me on Consider the Following.